Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today I'm going to be going over a very common question, which is how many bundles should you start your hair company off with? Before we get started, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure to click that subscribe button, and let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so when I get asked this question, it's a very complex question for me to answer. So it's really not just a certain like yes or no, or you need to start your hair company with 20 bundles. You need to start your hair company with 5. Like it's not like a simple answer like that. So it's kind of hard because a lot of people that I work with, we communicate via email. So it's very kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it's hard because I prefer communicating via email just because I can multitask. But at the same time, it's more in depth than just how many bundles should I start with? Well, it all depends on your business. Everyone, like I say in all my videos, everyone's business grows differently. I am not I'm not someone that's going to tell you to go take out a huge loan for any business. I'm going to kind of go over why that is in some other videos, but I want you to make sure that you guys are being very practical to your budget. So yes, we want our dreams to excel. Yes, we want to succeed, but you know, I've been selling hair from time since 2013. And let me just tell you that you're going to take losses. You're going to take losses. And whatever you do, it's an investment, it's a risk. And, you know, I'm not saying don't put anything into it, but you want to make sure that you're thinking practical. So although we're thinking about reaching our goals and, you know, making a profit and being able to work from home or whatever your goal or your motivation may be, keep that in mind, but still keep in mind that, you know, hey, can I afford to put this much into this business at this time? So this is what I'm going to kind of go over in this video. First of all, when you're looking at how many bundles you should buy, if you're a startup business, if you haven't created a website, if you haven't, you know, started gaining any followers on your social media, if you don't have any potential customers, you want to start off small, okay? Because there's a chance that you may sit on the inventory for a very long time. And depending on what vendor you go with, this is why it can be very tricky to do that. So say you buy 20 bundles up front. Let's not even say 20. Let's say you go all out and you buy like 500 bundles. So you have a lot of hair in your room, and you feel like, you know, hey, I'm good for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the business rolling. So you start working on your website, you start working on your Instagram, you start working on getting more clients, you get your business cards, and you start getting orders. So let's say the orders go pretty fast. So you're selling the hair, and then you get down low. You get low. You weren't really reinvesting your profit how you should have. You were spending your profit, or I don't know, let's say you used a lot of your profit on advertising. So you really didn't have that much left to purchase more inventory. So at this point, you're down. You have maybe like 5 bundles left. Let's say that as an example. And you call your vendor because you have more orders that are coming in, but the vendor isn't replying. So you're like, okay, I have an order. I have to have this person's hair to them in a few days because my shipping on my website says this. You know, I have 5 bundles here, but the orders that I received don't match these bundles. I have 5 Brazilian straight, and I've gotten 10 orders for Mongolian deep wave. You know, hey, my vendor needs to answer. So you blow up the vendor, you call the vendor, you stalk the vendor. You're like, what can I do? Like, I need some hair. I need to buy this hair so I can get my customers to order. And say the vendor just doesn't respond. So you have 2 options. At this point, you're thinking, either I'm going to cancel the order because I don't have, you know, enough hair to supply all these orders, or I'm going to go to another vendor. So at that point, you're trying another vendor. So you spend your money with them, they get the hair in, and say you ordered Mongolian deep wave, but this vendor's deep wave looks and acts different than this vendor's deep wave. So now you're stuck. So you spent your money, you don't really have too much inventory, and now you don't have money, but you still have orders. This is a common problem that a lot of people face. And that's why I say it's so tricky with dealing with, you know, I watch a lot of different videos on YouTube too. And a lot of people talk about, you know, how they, just order from the vendor as they get orders, you know, to their website. And that's so tricky because it could work good, but there's another chance where it's like, if it doesn't, what are you going to do? And so you don't want some customers to get good hair and some customers not. You want to make sure that you do. So my recommendation is start off small. Don't buy too many, but because it's easier to start off small in that situation. If the person would have started off small, then would have had more money to reinvest. If the vendor didn't answer the phone or didn't answer the email, they could have took the money and had enough money to search for another vendor to make sure that the vendor that they find matches the hair quality or the hair texture that they already have. That's very important. Instead of just putting all of your money into one place and hoping that this vendor stays around, I wouldn't do that, especially how hair businesses are in and out of business every day. A lot of people show you the good side of the hair business. And, that's why I created this channel, because I wanted you guys to see the truth. I didn't want to just come on here and say, hey, you're going to get rich tomorrow. We're going to upgrade our cars next week. I didn't want to come on there like that. I'm very open and transparent. I don't want to come on here and say you're not going to make any money, because obviously that's a lie. If there wasn't any money to be made, no one would be selling hair. No one would want to open a business. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys about it. So there's definitely money to be made, but I'm here to give you the practical side. So just if you're asking me, I would not say invest too much into just into your inventory, unless you have a great relationship with that person and for sure, hey, this person always responds back to my emails. This person is always there. I never have a problem with the hair. And if I do, they always fix it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend a couple thousand with this person today. And I'll spend a couple thousand in a few more days to make sure that I keep, my inventory. That's cool. That's cool. I'm not saying that when you get to that point where when you build a relationship with your vendor and when you actually have money, don't do it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you first start out and you're getting your feet wet and you really don't know this vendor that well, me personally, I would not. Now, I've done that when I first started. Back in 2013, I spent a lot of money on inventory and I sat on it for a very long time, to the point where I had to replace that vendor. And I had hair over here that was body wave, but this body wave looked different than the other body wave. So I had to I didn't have to, but I used all of that inventory. I used it on myself, or give it to family members, give it to friends. And I sold the inventory that I had, and I had to take all new pictures. If you change your vendor, you have to change your pictures as well. So or find a vendor that, their hair is like almost identical. Their hair is like really the same. They're getting their hair from the same, areas. So, that's what I would do. So back to like the question, how many bundles should you purchase? So some of the things that you need to look at is, how much do you have? So if you're working or whatever, you're receiving income, then you want to make sure that you put away something for your hair business. I don't care if it's maybe $10 a check, something away, just something for those rainy days, because you will come into times where you may want to spend money and you may not have it. You will come into emails that people send you, hey, I got a new texture on the market, I really want you to try. Some of them will send it to you for free based on how well your hair company is doing and how high of a name you have. But some of them actually want you to pay. Sometimes you'll run into opportunities where you can advertise and people may say, hey, in order for me to give you this opportunity, you may have to pay. Even radio ads, like everything costs money. To be on the radio, to be in the magazine, a lot of things cost money. It's not just, people are just going to come to you because you're you. No, I mean, of course that happens too, but a lot of things are features. A lot of advertisement is a feature. So a lot of times when you're paying for that, when you're wanting to be featured or wanting to get your brand name out there, there's a fee. There might be a minimum fee depending on how well you are known, or how many viewers that company thinks they're going to get off you or whatnot. But also, a lot of the time, especially if you're just starting off, you're going to have to pay to be featured. So make sure that you're saving some money. So look at your finance. How much can you afford to spend? If you can only afford to spend like maybe $100 based on what you save, don't waste all of your money on just buying, because you're not going to get that many bundles anyways. But don't spend everything on your bundles. I would look into drop shipping. If you have a couple thousand that you're not going to miss if you lose, that you can easily replace, then yeah, I will go ahead and buy maybe 10, 15 bundles, maybe 20 if you kind of want to get your feet wet and you feel like you're going to sell hair that fast. I would do that. You're opening your hair company around like Black Friday, Christmas, things like that. I've gotten questions like, should I buy a lot of bundles? Not if you're not known, because you have to remember, if it's a Black Friday sale or Christmas sale or things like that, a lot of people already have their mind made on who they're going to shop with. They already have their mind or their discounts on who they're going to go to. Just like when you get Black Friday ads, you start looking through them and you kind of already have your mind made. Like, okay, Best Buy has the lowest TVs. I'm going to go to Best Buy and get a TV. And then I'm going to go to Walmart and get a comforter. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of already have that in your mind. And if you're brand new and you're opening like on a holiday, I don't want to say you're not going to get any sales, but the chances of you just selling out are very slim because no one knows you. So keep in mind that as well. So make sure that it fits your budget. The next thing you want to look at is how many sales you're getting. I would stock up in my most popular texture. So that goes back to what I've been saying in my previous videos. Look at your analytics. If your analytics stay, most people are looking at this certain texture. Most people that come to your website are buying this certain texture. Then that's your texture that you need to make sure that you have in-house. Now, of course, you're going to sell out. It even happens to me. Sometimes I sell out of a complete texture and a complete length. But that's why you have to continuously reorder. You have to continuously stay up on it. You need to make sure that you're not offering next day shipping if that's something that you can't adhere to. For example, me, I have 3 kids. So some days I may not be able to go to the post office the next day. Even if I get a shipment in, I may not be able to go to the post office until if it's Monday, I may not be able to hit to the post office until Wednesday. So that's why I have on my website what the shipping is. So just make sure. That's another little tip I wanted to throw out there. But ultimately, guys, I'm just trying to give you different scenarios and have you, really think about what works best for you. Ultimately, there's no right answer as to how many bundles you can start off with. It all depends on what you are comfortable with spending, what you're comfortable with losing, how long you're comfortable sitting on your profit or your inventory, and how fast you can flip it. It all depends on you. And because you don't know that when you're starting off, I wouldn't invest too much. I think drop shipping is a wonderful way to start your business. That's why I offer the service, because it gives you a way to kind of get your feet out there. If you get an order, you still have me to send the hair out for you. You don't really have to worry about, hey, I just spent $2,000 and I'm just sitting on it. You don't have to worry about anything like that. You don't have to worry about contacting one vendor and then this vendor going missing and you having to hurry up and find another vendor so that you can make your sale. You don't have to worry about any of that. You already have a direct source that can send your hair out for you that's in the US. So I think drop shipping is great. I would recommend drop shipping through Bad Chick Hair, although we do have other clients that want to purchase in bulk because they have different businesses that they run. Some are salons, some are online businesses as well. So whatever works best for you. If you can't afford it, then do it. I guess on my website, the blanket, the minimum for you to start off with for your wholesale business is 10 bundles. That's the minimum. So if you ask me how many bundles you should start off with, I'm going to more than likely reply and say our minimum at, through my company is 10 bundles, but can you afford it? If you cannot afford it, if you're, really thinking about it, if it's in your shopping cart and you're scratching your head like, dang, if I buy this, I might not be able to buy my kids coats, or if I buy this, I may not be able to eat tomorrow. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that, because you don't have to. There's another option. There's another way for you to sell hair without putting all of your money into it. Now, if you can, it's your choice. But there's more expenses that come along with just buying your bundles that a lot of people overlook, even me when I started. So I hope this answered your questions, guys. Again, just to reiterate, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all up to what you can afford and what you feel comfortable with. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. We'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.